Hi guys, welcome back to Cities Galore. My name's Daniel and today we're going to be talking about the richest cities in Africa. Despite having a reputation as a relatively poor and impoverished continent, Africa contains many cities that are considered quite wealthy, and it certainly has a lot of cities that are rapidly growing and developing. Much of this video is based on a study conducted in 2018 on African cities and their relative wealth. The first city we're going to look at is Luanda, which is the biggest city, major port, and capital of Angola. 1 in 3 Angolans live in the city, and while the majority of the population do live in poverty, it has a booming oil and gas industry that has created huge wealth for a minority. Nairobi, the capital of Kenya and largest city, has a population of 7 million people. It's also known as the Green City in the Sun. The city has a GDP of $54 billion and is home to the 4th largest stock exchange in Africa, as well as a regional hub for multinational companies. It also acts as a base for Kenya's large tourism industry, which receives millions of visitors a year. Durban in South Africa has a GDP of $55 billion and is the 3rd largest city in South Africa. Thanks to its subtropical climate, the city is a major tourist destination with sprawling beaches. It also has the country's 2nd biggest manufacturing hub and its biggest port. A sign of Durban's wealth is the fact that it houses Africa's largest mall, which has 12,000 parking lots, 390 stores, and more than a dozen movie theatres. Lagos in Nigeria has a GDP of $108 billion. While it's not the capital of Nigeria, it is definitely by far its largest city. With 21 million inhabitants, it's actually the largest city in Africa and one of the fastest growing in the world. Nigeria has enjoyed rapid economic growth in the past few decades, and Lagos has been the city that has benefited most. It's the gateway for 80% of Nigeria's exports and contains most of its business and manufacturing headquarters. Lagos is set to be one of the largest cities in the world in the coming decades and will definitely become one of Africa's economic centers. The 3rd richest city in Africa is Cairo, the capital of Egypt. Egypt has been one of Africa's wealthiest nations for quite some time, and Cairo is the center of its real estate, financial, and construction industries. It has a population of around 9 million, however this is expanding rapidly. There is a modern extension to Cairo called New Cairo, which is being built currently, and an entirely new city is being built to the west of Cairo at the cost of hundreds of billions of dollars. Cairo is set to benefit from Africa's growth, being one of the closest cities to Western Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. Cape Town is the 2nd richest city in Africa with a GDP of approximately $155 billion. The city has Africa's highest house prices at around about $6,100 per square meter, which is actually on a similar level to expensive Western cities like Berlin. Thanks to its stunning scenery and amazing beaches, it is definitely a draw for expats as well as many rich Africans. The most wealthy city in all of Africa is Johannesburg in South Africa, with a GDP of $276 billion. Ironically, the city was actually founded during a gold rush in the late 1800s. It's the financial, commercial, and industrial capital of South Africa, which is by far the richest country in the whole region. It features many of Africa's tallest buildings, as well as much of Africa's most expensive real estate. So there we have it, those are the richest cities in Africa right now. Africa looks set to grow massively over the next few decades, and these cities are primed to take advantage of that, and hopefully improved quality of life for its residents. If you like cities and urbanism, then feel free to subscribe because I've got plenty more videos coming from cities around the world. But until next time, I will see you around. Bye.